I I'm going through all the teams and
Mhm.
figuring out basically quick sync on the ground stuff, what is going on in details, and how we're going to package these final notebooks for the April 16th submission. Meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out how to integrate TaskGeo as a horizontal team and basically augment your notebook with specific piece from the Geo team.
Okay.
So to start with, maybe you can provide kind of like a quick summary of the things that you're focusing on in terms of the submission and notebook. Like what is the
Uh-huh.
outcome?
Yeah, so basically we have like identified specific questions. Not all of them, like for our task, because they're like 10 or something. It's like a wide range of questions. So we focus on like 5 questions, and then we build a search engine for that. And then so the main output of the notebook would be the output of the search engine for each specific questions. So that would be so there's like the basic keyword search, and then there's a more like a recommendation system using top modeling to kind of suggest more articles for a topic. So that's one output. And then we're also kind of extracting some metadata like age, because one of our question is like how its incubation periods differ? How does it differ by age, for example? So we're
Mm-hmm.
hoping to kind of get a little bit of granularity from the articles, and then we'll try to just attempt to answer some of the questions if we can. Yeah.
So
Uh,
do you have very specific questions that you're trying to showcase the findings for?
yes. So incubation periods is one. And we also try to look at the prevalence of asymptomatic infections. So that's like 2 outcomes. I went through a few articles and found that's like reported in a pretty standard way that we could actually extract automatically. So that's what we're trying to do.
Okay, so in terms of incubation, do you think there is a potential augmentation with some geo data or time series data?
Oh,
Like,
definitely. Yeah. Because we've been asking for like location mentions from the methods. So we want to know where the patients are from. So we can definitely combine these two information together to see if it differs by location as well. So that was one idea, but we've been waiting for that kind of data.
can you give me an example for the incubation? Let's imagine there is a section in your notebook that is specifically for incubation findings, and I
Right,
assume it will have a list of top relevant papers, right? But
right.
then after that, there will be a quick addition, which is some form of geo data augmentation or even visualization. How do
Right.
you see that?
Yeah, I do picture like a map that we can just, sort of put different data points on the map and then show you the range of like the incubation, or just to show how it distributed, how it differs by geographic locations.
And that data would come from the NLP extracted data from the clinical trials uh, or some form of like specific types of papers in the data set?
Right, so right now we're trying to just get a paper that reported incubation periods in their results, because some paper try to estimate that looking at the cases, and
Okay.
that's what we're getting from. Yeah.
So the specific example would be, and I know this might be exaggeration, but for example, you have Italy, papers from Italy or South Korea, right? And you may have a finding from the papers that the average incubation period is 2 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you would just simply need to showcase that, hey, for South Korea, it's 2 weeks. For Italy, it's 3 weeks. For US, it's, I don't know, 4 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. And same thing you can do with age group. Like we also get in the age information, so you can see whether there's also any difference.
Okay, so so incubation makes sense. The age also makes sense, specifically because they already have the population density and the age distributions for all of these countries, so we can easily integrate that.
Okay, yeah, that too, yeah.
So do you have an example of age outputs of your system?
So its output would be like the median age, how many years, or mean age, how many years.
Can you send a CSV or whatever you have so far?
We're still kind of working on that because it needs a little cleaning on the raw data to get like every result from every paper. But so I haven't had it in a CSV format. But
you have like imaginary output, right? The format.
No, we do get some output already, but it's just not compiled in the file.
Can you send me that just as a raw output or whatever?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, well, that sounds awesome. Sounds a very specific, set of things that you're working on, and both of those, the incubation periods and the age-related stuff, will definitely be nice to augment with the geodata. Is there anything that you have? Well, I guess the incubation data can actually be augmented with some time series data, the climate data, right?
Yeah, we can just, if we have that kind of metadata, we can just do a lot of different analysis by different variables. Yeah.
Okay, so I see it as potentially GeoTeam, and we have one more call after this one, but it sounds like it will be the same kind of map with just different priority filters for each individual team. So for risk factors, it's going to be focused on risk-related metadata. For you, it's going to be related to your specific data, and for VT team, probably some other set of data. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it sounds great. And do you think?
I think we can just put different layers on the map and show different. So yeah, for sure.
Sounds good. Is there anything else that you think is useful for us as we try to integrate?
In terms of like for the GeoTeam?
Yeah.
So I don't know, like for risk factor, I think it would be interesting to overlay with like the case counts or something. Just kind of try to find a correlation in that way as well. Would be interesting.
Yeah, makes sense. All right. Well, thank you so much. Again, if there is something that you have on your mind within the next couple of days that sounds relevant to this cross-pollination of different teams, please let us know. But other than that, sounds perfect. Like
actually,
go ahead.
I have a quick question before the good opportunity. So Christine, I know you guys had some troubles with computational resources. Colab was not like big enough to do some of the computations. Have you guys solved it, or still running into it?
I think just one team member that has the issue. The others don't seem to have the same problems.
Okay. So since we got the Google platform credits, we could actually use some fat instances for some of the computations. So next week, like today, I'm having like a first test run with some guy who needs like to run BERT. And so tomorrow or Tuesday, we'll be definitely able to run whatever your load is there. So let's connect with that person and we will be able to run whatever experiments is there.
Okay,
so we'll get that results also up and running.
Yeah, I will message you.
All right. Okay. Sounds good, guys.
Sounds awesome.
Thank you. All right.
Oh, thank you.
Have a good day. Bye.
You too. Bye.